Hey everyone, welcome to another broadcast of my Wednesday Whispers. Hope you're all doing great tonight. Tyson and I are doing absolutely fantastic. Just going to wait for a few people to pop on. I am super excited. I am going on the road in a few days for my Angels on the Road Mother's Day tour. Super excited. That indeed was a sold out tour. I'm very excited to be coming to see you guys. I am first starting my tour off in Esterhazy, and then I am moving on to Kenora, Yorkton, Stockholm, Minnetonus, and ending my tour off in Swan River. Very excited about that. Super excited. Can't wait to get back on the road. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me tonight. Hi, Tamara. Thank you so much for being here. Kelly, Deanna, hello. Hello. Hi, Christine. Hello, Mom. Sharon, Lori. Hello, Chris. Good evening to everybody. Hi, Andrea. Nice to see you on. I look forward to your session coming up. Hello. Hi, Lorraine. Thank you all so much. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for being here. So yes, very excited about that upcoming tour, as I was just talking about. And then shortly after that, I'm heading back out again. I am doing a mini Interlake tour, and that is starting on May 28th, I believe. Starting that tour off in Fisher Branch, then moving on to Ashern, Riverton, and ending that mini tour in Peguis First Nation. That tour, I do have a few spots left. I think I only have one spot left in Riverton though, and the other locations I think I have 2 spots left, roughly. So if you would like one of those sessions, make sure to have a private one-on-one session with me for an hour. Don't hesitate, don't wait, because indeed they're filling up pretty fast. Very excited about that tour coming up as well. All right. Hi, Lorraine. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Nice to see you. Norma, hello. That is so sweet of you. You writing that it's your favorite time of day. It is mine too, and I have to say, truthfully, I haven't had the best day today. We all have good days and bad days, and today was one of those days for me. But I'm very excited for 8 o'clock to come so I could spend this time with you guys and end the day right. So thank you all so much for being here with me. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you. Betty, Lorna, good evening. Hi, Bernice. Hello to all of you. Thank you for tuning in tonight on my broadcast Wednesday Whispers. All right, for any of you newcomers watching, if you believe indeed that I am connected with your loved one, if you could please write a comment as soon as you think so. All right. It's important to start those comments flowing really fast. That way I can get through them and I can help as many people as I can throughout the hour. All right. And if someone has already spoken for the loved one that I am communicating with, if you could please indeed say something anyways. It doesn't matter if it's already spoken for. Please say something anyways. It's important to me that I deliver these messages to the right person. All right. So say something. I will work it out. I will do that. All right. So please don't hesitate. All right. Thank you so very much, everybody. I'm just going to take a few seconds now and put myself in that state of mind for tonight's broadcast. All right. First loved one I would love to bring forward is I have this older gentleman here. Okay. I can see he's quite tall. Okay. It's got to be an easy 6 feet. Okay. He's a big man. He's got big hands. Tall. But he has a very kind smile on his face. I can see his facial features quite clearly with this loved one. He's got brown hair, brown eyes. Okay. Whether it's great or not, that's irrelevant, all right? So just know that. Please take that into consideration. This wonderful older man. I've asked him how come he is no longer here, what has happened. He took this great big breath in and he can breathe so much better now. I believe he's trying to express to me that I think maybe he had lung cancer. Okay? He was definitely ill. There was definitely cancer here. Okay. Yes. He's shaking his head. That yes, I understood him right. He's trying to communicate with me that he has, I believe, it's lung cancer in particular. All right. Okay. Oh, it's beautiful. I need to tell you that this wonderful man lets me know, he just wrote me daughter so clearly. Okay? He's letting me know that his daughter is watching tonight. Okay? So for someone who was hoping to hear from their dad, all right, oh, he's a lovely man, you know. I feel that very, first I was going to say I think he was a farmer, but no, but very outdoorsy, all right. I can smell wood. He shows me that he's in heaven. He's enjoying a cold beer. Okay. Fortunately, he lets me know that his daughter is just missing him so much lately. Okay. Oh, this wonderful man. He lets me know that his wife has not joined him yet. All right, she's still living a good life. She misses him so much, though. It's really interesting. He shows me there's just this huge difference. He's this tall man, and she's just this tiny little lady. Okay. This gentleman, Cindy, could it be Dad? Sure, Cindy, it very well could be. I'm going to keep on rolling and you let me know. He wants me to talk about your love for horses. And he just showed me drying them. Something, I don't know what that's about, Cindy. Something about drying horses. Hope that means something to you. Okay. Oh yeah, perfect. Wonderful, Cindy. As I mentioned a minute or two ago about his wife, he's just patiently waiting for her. He loves her so much. He loves all of you. He makes that very, very clear. He loves all of you. But he can't wait for much later her joining him in eternal life in beautiful heaven. All right. She'll never be alone, and he just wants me to let you know that. Don't be worried about her. He's watching over her. I think that's a big part of this. He's watching over her. Okay. You need to completely understand that. Oh, you did draw them. Absolutely. You were, okay, perfect. Absolutely. Glad that made sense. Interestingly, Sydney, I don't know what this is, but your dad is showing me what looks like planting seeds, okay? And looks like maybe you're struggling, your seeds not growing like they should. I don't know if you can understand that. Just the way he explained it to me, showed it to me as like they're kind of falling over or something, like maybe not literally but symbolically, for me to understand what he's trying to say. Something about some seeds of plants not growing like they should. Okay, and that's just his way of showing you that he's right there with you, okay? Oh, you're having trouble with tomatoes. All right. Again, quickly, Cindy, that's your dad's way of showing you he's been right there with you, you know, as this is something that's currently going on. Oh, you have mildew. All right. Okay. Your dad knows all about that. He's right there with you. Okay. And as I said, as I started this, connected with your dad, I could really feel like, almost like I wanted to cry a little bit. And just meaning that it's like you've been talking to him lately. You wished you could have him with you. And, but you need to know that you do. Okay, that's the point. He must be wondering what the heck. Absolutely, you betcha. So she knows what she's doing. What's going on here? Absolutely, Cindy. So just know that your dad, he's right there with you all the time. Don't you worry, you know. And again, I just want to repeat one more time. He has this great, big, warm smile on his face. Okay. He wants me to let you know he wants to give you a great, big hug. All right. So just try and feel that. Okay. Because I can feel it for you, and all that's the best I can do is try and explain that. I'm just a middle person here, and your dad wants to give you the biggest hug, okay, and tell you that he loves you so very much, Cindy. I do need to move on, though, and I thank you so much for being here with me tonight so I could give you those messages, Cindy. That's perfect. Absolutely, Cindy. All right, the very next loved one that I would love to bring forward, you're most welcome, Cindy, anytime. The next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have an older lady here. Okay? She's so sweet. Okay? I need to tell you, she says to me, I never knew this could happen like this. Okay? So, you know, not necessarily saying that she would have been a skeptic of this, but she's just in awe that she can communicate through me to you. This lovely woman. She lived a great life. I believe she's trying to communicate and let me know that, she appears to have passed, you know, I would say about in her mid-80s, all right. I was asking her, you know, what happened? How come you're no longer here? This lady, I think, well, first she showed me that she's diabetic, okay? Now, is that why she's not here? I don't know exactly, but she did express that to me, and I felt maybe some heart issues, okay? She has a very round face, okay? She's so sweet, okay? I need to tell you, she appears to me to be more of a you know, she's not all dolled up and fancy, okay? She's not, but she looks nice, okay? And it's really interesting. It's like she's kind of posing for like a picture that maybe one of you would remember if I described it. As she's showing me this like white top, white, almost looks like a dress shirt blouse with navy blue on over top, like a navy blue blazer, I think. Okay. She was an incredibly good baker. Okay. And the reason I say that, she just showed me these delicious looking cookies. Okay. Look like oatmeal raisin to me. Okay. Really interesting. I can see her red lipstick. Okay. She she just showed me very much so being like a farm wife. Okay, worked hard. Now she moves on to showing me this big garden. Okay? She shows me there's I think she's trying to say she's gonna put it, I think there's about 6 kids here. Okay. Um, hmm. Oh, that's wonderful, Jenny. My grandma always wore a blue blazer to church. That is lovely. Absolutely, Jenny. I will carry on and you let me know, okay? That's lovely. As I said, you know, I knew it was like she was trying to show me an exact, you know, outfit that you would remember, and then that's exactly what she did. Absolutely. I need to say, if you don't mind, Jenny, she's talking about more of the simple life, okay? There wasn't a ton of money, but there was a lot of love, okay? Worked so hard, but you know, and she's like, but don't talk like that, you know? She's such a good life, that lots of friends and you know, cards and food and you know, visiting with friends and neighbors and she was a farm wife and a damn good cook. And you know, and as I read that, I need to tell you, and she was like, had these amazing dill pickles. I can see them in particular. I was going to say canning, that she did a lot of canning. And I know that, you know, but then she really focused my eyes onto what looks like, you know, those smaller dill pickles. Oh my goodness. And interestingly, she shows me poppy, I don't know, poppy cakes. I don't know, poppy. Okay. Absolutely. I need to tell you, Jenny, that your grandma wants me to let you know that she's watching over you. Okay. She tells me that your feet have been really sore lately. If you need new shoes, maybe, I don't know what she's getting at there. That you're working really hard and your feet are sore. Okay. You still have some of her canning in the basement. Wow. All right. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Why she would show me her canning. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Again, as I was saying, she's really showing me something about your feet hurting. You work so hard, and sorry, I'm just listening to her. She wants me to talk to you real quickly about how selfless you are. You do everything for everybody else, and you worry about yourself last. Okay. She very, very much shows that to me. You and her had a very special bond. Okay. She shows me you were a quieter person, but you could talk to Grandma. Okay. That was the one person you could totally, 100% feel open and feel free to talk about absolutely anything. Just felt at ease with her, I think is the best way to describe it. She's showing me. I hope that makes sense to you. Your bond, your love was beautiful. Okay? She loved you very much, and you love her very much. As I was just about to have to move on to the next one, it was really interesting. I need to say something to you about ladybugs. I don't know what that is, but she showed it to me, something about a ladybug. Okay? I hope that relates to you somehow, or you understand, and if it doesn't, remember that I talked about it. Your beautiful grandma is trying to say something about that very clearly to me, okay? She wants me to tell you to maybe consider not working so many days, and she's a little bit worried about your health, okay? And she's making me like, I'm starting to feel like I have a bit of a headache, and I think she's trying to show me that you're getting headaches because you're not resting enough. You are doing too much for everybody else, and you're not resting enough. Okay? Grandma just has nothing but love and concern for you. All right? So thank you so much, Jenny, for giving me that wonderful opportunity to connect with her tonight. Thank you so much. right, the next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a male here. All right. It's unfortunate. You're very, very welcome. This male that I have here, it's unfortunate he did not live a long life. All right. He is missed so dearly. Okay. And it's interesting, as I just talked about those headaches, it's like mine's getting worse as I'm connected with him. And I believe he's trying to express to me that maybe that has something to do with his passing. Okay. Something with his head. Okay. Maybe a tumor, brain cancer possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Something like that. All right. The pain. Oh, he shows me how hard it was at the end of his life. Oh, that's so sad. The pain that he had in his head, it feels like to me. Oh. But it's something that's really important to know. It's when your loved ones pass, and this gentleman is showing that to me as well, that when your loved ones pass, that pain and that suffering, that whatever they were going through prior to their last day here on earth, the moment they pass, it's gone. Okay, and they feel amazing again, right? When they go into heaven, into their eternal life, it is so pure, it is so painless. There's nothing but Dad lived with glass in his eye for the last many years. This is Mike. Okay, Mike. That's interesting. Okay, it could be. Okay. I could just feel as what felt like such a pain, a headache is how it was feeling to me. It could be. Okay. But I have to be honest, it felt more like a tumor or something like that. But you know, my dad passed of a brain aneurysm. All right, Kristen. Yep. Okay. I'll carry on. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. Who this is. All right. I need to talk about if this makes sense. This gentleman, I can see very much a farm background. Okay, I don't know if that narrows it down. My husband passed at 39 from brain cancer. Oh wait, okay, Stephanie, I'm so sorry. So sorry to read that. Okay, I'll figure this out, you guys, who exactly this is. I really feel this kind of agricultural farm background to him. Okay, it's really interesting to talk about how he kind of like, it's when he felt good, I feel like he whistled. He whistled a lot. That makes sense. I feel like he's whistling as he's walking. You know, just a very generally very happy person, very positive for the most part in life. Okay, he's so humble. His passing affected so many people. He was loved by so many. He touched so many lives. I see that, and the reason why I bring that up real quick is I can just see how you know, all the people that were, you know, I can just, he was so honored by that, of how many people, you know, were upset, and, you know, as it looks like maybe like a celebration of life or funeral, and there were so many there, and, you know, he was just so touched by that, because he's humble, you know, if you can understand that. He would never have thought that many people, you know, were touched. I really also want to say, though, I really feel this small, you know how you can kind of feel that small town atmosphere to him, you know, like not a city person at all. Okay. Christine says, my dad, all right, you guys, I can ask for something that's extremely specific. And when I wasn't even done getting the words out, I need to talk about it. It must be in his yard, I'm thinking. I want to say there's these great big, what I would call evergreen spruce trees, you know. I need to say that. It's just something he chose to show me, that these great big huge spruce trees, okay, or evergreens. Okay. So it would maybe be in his yard, I'm thinking. Okay. I want to talk about how he has humor to him. He liked to joke. Okay. Okay, not your dad. Okay, thank you, Kristen. Thank you so much. He showed me that he laid to rest in a casket versus an urn. Okay. Christine, we planted 2 spruce trees when we were small with him, and they grew very big and from a small town. All right. Okay. Very well could be, Christine. Stephanie grew up on a farm, but he didn't. We lived on an average surrounded by acreage, I'm sure he meant to say, surrounded by spruce and evergreen trees. He was a very fun, loving, humble guy. Yeah. Simone, my son, we had tall evergreens on the farm. Yeah, he died of a brain tumor. Oh, that's all interesting. Okay. Again, you know, it kind of is lining up for like 3 of you or so here, so I'm just going to keep rolling. I got something that's really just important to me to make sure it's going to the right person. All right. I need to talk about somebody in working with like birchwood. Okay, something about that. Oh wow. Okay, this should narrow it down. Unfortunately, he shows me his passing. Oh wow. He makes me feel very much so that he was being held. He was not alone when he died. He was being held, almost like, okay, by a female in particular. Okay, my dad cut firewood. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay, but he showed that to me so clearly. A female it's like it was holding him, okay, prior to his passing. Okay, and the pain, oh, the pain. It's like my head just hurts. I'm really thinking, Simone, that this could be for you. Okay. As I said in the beginning, this really felt like a brain tumor, you know. So, you know, that all kind of lines up. I do. I wonder, Simone, if you were, you know, as you were showing me after you wrote that about, you know, you, oh, and Stephanie, I laid with him. Mhm. Okay. All right, Mike, I read your message. Yeah. And Simone, you were with him, yeah. I think, you know, I can only give the message to one person, and I just, you know, with the brain tumor, I really felt that pretty strong and a lot of pain, absolutely. I do. I think this is for Simone, everybody, I do. I think this is your wonderful son, okay? And as I say that, he just smiled at me. Oh. You know, I just want to quickly say to you, Simone, that it's tough. I'm sure, to lose your child. And as I said, he doesn't look like he was very old at all. But he felt your love, and I think that's what you need to remember. He felt that he went without nothing because he had his mother's love. Okay. He doesn't want anyone to ever feel sorry for him. Okay. It's really interesting story. I was just watching him, and he made me feel like someone here he's just, oh, that's beautiful. He was trying to communicate with me that how he's with you, and he's showing me these really quick visions about things that are going on, and I think he's trying to express to me, Simone, of what's going on in his life, or excuse me, in your life. My apologies. It's really interesting, and he showing me like you were just thinking of something about like that you need to clean your windows. I hope that makes sense to you. And he shows me that you have a tendency to, it's like you left your keys somewhere and then all of a sudden they're gone. Like someone's toying with you, and that you can't find your keys. Okay? And your son wants me to express that to you, that it's like he knows all about that. Okay? He shows me pain in your legs, and so it's like you must have had a lot of that lately. Something about that, having lots of pain in your legs, it feels like. And so just know that he's right there with you through everything that you're going through. Okay? And the good times too, don't forget. He's right there with you. He loves you so much, Simone. So thank you all so very much. It was an honor, Simone. Thank you. All right, I have another male here tonight, actually. I have a male here who shows me that he indeed passed of cancer as well. All right. I was to, by looking at him, what he's showing me, it looks like he passed in looks like his 60s, okay? And that's what it looks like to me. As I said, I believe he had cancer. I want to comment a little more than that and say it really looks like he's trying to communicate with me that it took him pretty fast, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, sad. From time of diagnosis to passing wasn't incredibly long at all. He got very thin, he got very weak. But having said that, he had a bit of time where he kind of perked up for a bit, and then he went back down again. Unfortunately, is what he just showed me. Okay. I could see he was a father, he's a grandfather. I could see that. That was what life was all about to him. Family, right? Interestingly, he just showed me he liked to hunt. This gentleman, you're most welcome, Simone. I'm sure too. I'm sure too. Excuse me. He's missed so dearly, and I know that goes without saying, but he really is, and that's why he's here tonight. That's the point. Somebody really needs to hear from him. I said, he looks to me to be about his mid. Oh, I just seen what looked like a football go by me. Okay. I know I talked about hunting, but it looks like football too. Okay. And like I don't mean to repeat, but he just he showed me his wedding ring for some reason. So I don't know if he's trying to let me know that his wife is watching, or I don't know that for sure. But he just pointed to his wedding band. Okay. That was the love of his life. Absolutely the love of his life. She meant everything to him. The sun rose and shone around her, his life was for his wife is kind of how and his children, he corrects me. About what a good marriage. Absolutely. Okay. It's interesting how sometimes things don't really, I don't want to say they don't make sense, but it's just weird how they can show things that can be so random sometimes. And so I have to say it. He shows me something about doing taxes. So I don't know if that means something to somebody, and I don't want to guess at what he means by that, because I really don't know in this situation, but he's showing me something about someone doing something about doing taxes. Okay. He shows me that he had a knack for being able to fix things. That's nice. Lucky for you. Or, his family in particular. He had a knack with tools and being able to think about it, to figure it out in his head, and then be able to fix something. How he was going to do that. And he just showed that to me in kind of detail that, he was really good at that part. Figuring it out and being able to fix things, I'm meaning with tools, is what I mean by that. He wants me to quickly talk about that he is visiting with so many people in heaven. There's family and, both his parents are there, and there's cousins and friends and you name it. They're there and they're having a really good time. Lots of laughter, lots of joking, and they're just enjoying their very peaceful, blissful heaven. He loves his family so much, and he just really wanted to reach out tonight and say that, how much he loves all of you. So just know that he indeed is doing very, very well. I'm going to have to move on, but just know that he's watching over each and every one of you. All right, thank you so much. I have a lady here next to she's been patiently waiting for me to start talking with her, to connect and communicate. Okay? And her personality is kind of one of a kind. She's, what do I mean by that? I don't want to say she's loud, but she's full of life. Okay? She says what she means, and she means what she says, type of lady. I've asked her how come she's no longer here, and I'm not sure. She's not really letting me know. She just wants to talk about the good things. She is, I just have to repeat it. She is so full of life. I need to talk about, I believe she's showing me sewing. Okay. Either she enjoyed that, or you do, or maybe both. Sewing, okay. Um, she, oh, I believe this was her. I think did beautiful, beautiful work. Blankets, you name it, beautiful stuff. Very, very, very talented. Okay? Very talented. I think this is her, not you, but I could be mistaken, I suppose. It's really interesting. I don't get this often that she wants me to talk about the color purple for some reason. There's a love for purple here, either you or her also. Again, I can't quit talking about her personality. I feel it so strongly. She's so vibrant and full of life, and that's what you need to hear. Is, you know, she's doing so well, and she's happy and she's content, and, you know, all is well. Okay. This this wonderful lady. I don't know why, but she just wrote me a letter M for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Glenda, this very much sounds like my sister. Her sewing room was purple. That's awesome. That's awesome. Absolutely. Interesting how it came out in that order. Okay. Okay. I'm reading all of your messages. I will keep on, and you guys, you know, I hate to say she moves on with oh, and her name is Margaret. She was a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely, Glenda. I have to say that this has got to be your sister. Okay. Absolutely. That all makes perfect sense. Yes, I think so, Glenda. I really think that we've lined that up exactly as I was supposed to. This is for you. Okay. Glenda, I need to say to you something about, I don't know, I can clearly see what looks like dominoes to me. Okay, I don't know if that's something you guys played or what that's about, but I can see dominoes. Okay. She wants me to just, you know what, Glenda, I need to ask you, she just showed me something that looked like a falling star, and then I just need to bring that up real quick. So just please remember that I said that. Something about a falling star, okay? If it doesn't, I don't know, just remember I talked about that. Your sister wants me to make it so clear to you, she's around you. She is funny. You know, oh, she's just got quite the personality. Wow. So just know she's right there with you, and she just wants to send her love to you, Glenda. Just know that, okay? Not only are you sisters, she makes me feel like you were, I was just saying, you're like best friends, okay? You could fight, and then half an hour later, one of you would phone the other one back, and you would be like it never happened, and you're laughing and having a good time again. She just showed that to me. I hope that makes sense to you. You were sisters, but you were good friends. You were close. You loved each other very much. Okay? It just shows me like you talk to her. You miss her dearly. You just showed that to me. You think of her quite a bit, and even as you know, it feels like it's been. I don't know if she's dreaming the number 8. I don't know if she's been gone for 8 years or what that's about. She showed me the number 8. As I'm saying, I was just about to say, Glenda, that, you know, however long she's been gone, you still miss her so much. You think things that, you know, you'll just see something and it'll make you think of her, you know. And you need to understand that that's happening on purpose, okay? Well, that makes perfect sense. Perfect, Glenda. Okay. Interestingly, though, Glenda, before I move on, one more thing is on a little bit of a serious note. I need to tell you, she wants me to express to you something along the lines of don't let anybody kind of push you around. I hope you can understand that. Don't let anybody make any type of big decisions for you. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm sorry, I was just reading Tyson's message. I never ever met Margaret, so I don't know that, but that's awesome. That's so awesome. It's perfect. Glenda, I need to say, she shows me, do you like watching baseball? She just showed that to me too, someone liking to watch baseball. So just know your beautiful, full of life sister is watching down on you all the time. Just know that. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, Glenda. It was an absolute pleasure. Okay. All right, the next loved one I would love to bring forward is I have this very sweet, kind, older man. Oh, wow. His demeanor. Oh, I bet, Glenda. I'm glad that all made some sense to you. Perfect. This older man that this male that I am connected with. Wow. And it's almost like, it's so beautiful. He's so, calling him kind is an understatement. Okay. I need to tell you, he shows me that the end of his life was he lived the last, few years or whatever the case may have been in the nursing home. He shows that to me. I feel he shows me that he was a farmer. He was a farmer at heart. That's what he loved. He loved life on the farm. Okay. But eventually his health took him to the nursing home. Okay. This wonderful man. It's interesting. He shows me how he joined his wife in heaven. Okay, I can see that. He joined her. She passed first. All right. And oh, how he cried. Oh, how he missed her. I need to also talk about how he shows me these. There's I don't know for sure. I feel like there's more daughters than sons here. It looks like, I think. He's showing me how his daughters really stepped up when his wife passed. Their mother, making sure dad's okay, looking after dad. Oh, that's beautiful. And he just in particular talking about his daughters. No, I guess that doesn't mean he didn't have any sons. I think he's trying to show me there was a few boys here in this family too. Okay. Oh, Glenda, oh my, you could be talking about my dad. Oh, interesting. Okay, Glenda, I'll keep on rolling. Interestingly, he shows me this old car. Okay? No, I don't mean anything by this, but it was nothing special. He just showed me that he'd showing me, like, I don't mean that it's fancy or expensive or anything like that. He just drove this old car, and I feel like he drove it to town. Right? He drove it to go get the mail, or he drove it to go get groceries, or whatever the case may be. He drove this old car, and I want to say I'm seeing it in like a kind of like a gray, no, like a light blue, I think. Okay. Um, that's interesting. Okay. Excuse. Jenny, what about tractors? All I can tell you is as soon as I'm reading that message, I want to say a very old machinery, very old, very, very old. Okay. I don't want to call him a poor farmer, but you know, that's kind of how he's presenting himself. Just yeah, like a poor farmer. Um, I know, sounds like my grandpa, he was in the care home shortly before he passed, and my grandma went before, and he missed her so much. Oh, Jenny, okay. I'll keep on rolling. It very well could be, absolutely. Um, I do want to say, and I understand that's your name, but I never got a chance to say it yet, is he's showing me the letter J, and I just wonder if that means anything, means absolutely anything to you, the letter J. And I'm just wondering if that's if his first name is, you know, John or something like that. Okay. This older fellow. Okay. And as I spoke earlier, you know, his demeanor, like he just so kind-hearted. He never hurt anybody ever. You know, he couldn't. Like there's just no way. You know, if anything, it would be the opposite. Like people may, you know, have walked on him because he was just. It was Alec. Oh, okay. All right, Jenny. I wonder, you know, maybe your name. I don't know. But I was clearly seeing a J. Um, And I want to say I can hear old music playing like polka music. I need to say that I can hear it. Old music playing, you know, from like an old radio. Okay. I can hear it. He shows me how there's. It's so beautiful how he joined his beautiful wife in heaven, but he also joined, it looks like some brothers maybe, family for sure. Um, Aw, him and my grandma love to dance. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely, absolutely, Jenny, you betcha. You know, yes, I think, you know, that the kind of confirmed it for me. I do think indeed this is your grandpa. Aw. And I'm sure you understand, like, it's almost hard to put into words his demeanor and how selfless he was. And he was the only one left when he passed. Yes, yes, you know, as I said, you know, there were so many that he joined in heaven, you know. Wow, absolutely. Oh, I just need to tell you that his heaven is so beautiful. Um, and he's strong again. I don't know what that's about, but I need to tell you, he's strong again. It's like I feel this weakness about him. He got very weak, and he's strong, and he feels good. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing all his food. He's got his appetite back, and you know, as I see this all the time. You know, but it's so beautiful. Um, how when your loved ones pass, how amazing they feel, absolutely instantly. You know, and it makes you feel less sad that they're not here because at least they they feel so good. You know, heaven is such a beautiful place to be. Um, absolutely. He sends his love to you guys. All right. He wants me to talk very quickly about a very energetic, running around little girl. Okay? Yeah, it was hard to watch. Kind of waste away. Aww. And he didn't want to eat or drink anything. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? As I read that, he literally pushed it away. He didn't. Everything tasted bad. Everything was awful. It was awful. Is the last bit of his life, unfortunately. I don't mean to say it that way, but that's exactly how he presented it. He was very ready to go home, and he did just that. Okay, Jenny. So just keep that in mind. It's okay. But I need to go back 1 second because I was seeing this very energetic little girl, and he's watching over her. He's keeping her safe. He's got to be talking about my bundle of energy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you betcha. Wow. And I mean it. It's like he's keeping her safe. I don't know. It's like he's showing her to be maybe a little accident prone, maybe. Just very here, there, and everywhere, and then very normal, busy child, and he's watching over her and keeping her safe. Okay? He loves her very much. He tells me she's a very, very special child, and that she's going to do huge things of her life. You just wait. She's going to do huge things of her life. That is fantastic. It's beautiful. She has no fear, that's for sure. Absolutely. I knew that because I could see this, you must have Band-Aids always in your bathroom. This is how Grandpa is showing this to me. A little bit accident prone, but doesn't care. Doesn't even have the time to cry about it. That's so cute. Grandpa, he, so I guess that would be great grandpa to her. She's just, for some reason, she's a little extra special. Just know that. She's a little extra special as he watches over her. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to connect with your wonderful grandpa tonight. It was an absolute honor to connect with all these beautiful loved ones tonight. I do want to quickly announce, as I said in the very beginning of my broadcast, I will be heading on the road for my Angels on the Road Mother's Day tour, and so therefore there will be no Wednesday Whispers next Wednesday. I'll be on the road and will not be able to do that, so I will resume the following week after that. All right. So yes, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. It was an absolute pleasure. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, that you have great weather, and lots of love from family and friends. I hope you all take care, and I look forward to seeing you 2 weeks from now. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of